Have you ever run a workload that uses virtual machines in Google Cloud? And while you're enjoying a cup of tea during a quick break, your alerts are firing. The service is having issues and users are really unhappy. You rush back to your computer and log into the Cloud Console. The VMs are still up and system resources are seemingly normal. What can you do to troubleshoot from here? Well, you might want to look at a few things. Whether your app processes are running on the VMs, how much resources they're consuming, and whether there are any errors in the logs. But as you may remember from our previous episode, you need to have the ops agent installed, running, and collecting and sending data to get this kind of information from your VMs. If you ever have issues getting installed, running, or getting data, you've come to the right place. My name is Yuri. I'm an SRE at Google Cloud. And today, I'm going to show you how to troubleshoot the ops agent to make sure you always have the VM observability data you need and get back to that tea before it gets cold. Let's start at the beginning with the installation. There are two primary reasons why you might have trouble getting the agent installed. The first reason is that you're trying to install it on an unsupported operating system. You'll know that's the case if you see an error message like this, where the installer isn't able to download the right package for your OS. The second reason is a configuration conflict, specifically with the old monitoring or logging agents. In this case, you'll see an error message like this one. You can't have both the ops agent and the old agents installed at the same time, so you'll have to uninstall the old agents first. Once the agent is installed, you can confirm that it's running by using the systemctl status command like this and looking for the confirmation messages that the agent components are started and running. If the agent is not running, you may need to start it. If it has issues starting, you may have a conflict or an invalid configuration. Let's have a look at how to start the agent and sort out startup issues. If the agent isn't running for any reason, you'll see a message like this, saying that the service isn't running when you check its status. Use the start command to try to get it running again. You might get a message like this, saying that either the Cloud Ops agent itself or one of its modules failed to start. The former usually means you have an invalid configuration. Have a look at the documentation on how to configure the agent to sort this out. We'll of course link to it in the episode notes. If a module can't start, it's likely because it can't send logs or metrics to the API. Often, this is caused by invalid credentials, such as a disabled service account or an expired key. Networking issues and proxy issues, such as an invalid proxy configuration, can also cause this. Once you've verified that the agent is installed and running, you should be getting its metrics and logs ingested. If that's not the case, you'll need to figure out why. Generally, you'll be investigating three types of issues. The first has to do with the agent itself. The second is with the sources of data you're trying to ingest. And the third is with sending collected data to the respective API. Let's have a look at each. If the issue you're seeing has to do with logs, check to see if the logging module is running, like this. If the output is anything other than successful, you may need to restart the agent or validate its configuration. If the logging module is running, the next thing to check is whether it's able to read the logs. One way to check is to use the local metrics endpoint like this. If everything looks good so far, but you're still not seeing the logs you expect, check to see if the agent is getting any errors from the logging API. You can do that in the logging module log like this. You might see permission errors if the API isn't enabled in the project, the service account has been disabled or doesn't have the right permissions, the service account key expired, or if the agent is using the VM's default service account, insufficient scopes on the VM itself. You might also be out of quota for the API. You'll need to resolve these to resume log ingestion. We'll use a similar approach to troubleshoot the metrics module. Let's have a look. You can check the status of the metrics module by looking at module logs and syslog. If there aren't any logs, the service may not be running properly. Otherwise, you can check the logs themselves to see if there are any issues noted there. This log is also where you would check for any API errors, such as permission denied or quota issues. At this point, you should have everything you need to sort out agent issues and never be in the dark about your VMs running on Google Cloud. Thanks so much for watching today. Don't forget to like and subscribe to never miss out on more engineering for reliability with Google Cloud. See you soon.